Hello, everyone. It's going to be a quick video on an API that I made a couple of days ago. Um, just a simple boilerplate for just to make my life easier, and I'm sure a lot of people, or maybe a few other people, can get some use out of it. Maybe if you're a front-end developer who doesn't know backend, but you might need a backend for a client, or you're a backend developer who uses all these dependencies and setups, then it'll make your life easier also. So yeah, I have this, and the name of the API is named Fix My Life Node API. You can find it on GitHub, and I'll post a link in the YouTube video or LinkedIn video. So yeah, right off the bat, this API comes with users and posts. So this would honestly be perfect if you're creating a website for maybe a client that wants to be able to blog or post blogs on their website. You can actually use this API for multiple customers. So each customer would be able to sign in, make their own posts, and update their own websites, or you can use it for yourself, or you can use it for a project. This does, make good practice, just making calls to an API, making posts and stuff. So right off the bat, yeah, and then I have some documentation right here. So this is all in there. It shows you all the APIs or all the endpoints that are available. Let's refresh this. Yeah, shows you all the APIs that are available, the endpoints. And then, yeah, more or less how the poster or what kind of post is expecting. So yeah, let's get started. First, you want to download the zip file, or you could fork and clone it. I would say fork and clone it, and then whenever you want to use it, maybe just download it so you can have it into your own, project. So you want to open it up, export that. And it's going to be really simple to get started. First thing you want to do, you want to go into your terminal with this file open, and you want to install Yarn. And what this is going to do is just going to install the dependencies that you that are already in the project, but it doesn't, you don't upload them to GitHub just to save time and, not take up all that space. So now that's done. And your server is going to start your project, and give it a few more seconds, and bam, you're ready to go. So you could go to localhost 4000, and it'll show you that it's up and running. Here I have Postman, and this is what I use to test my APIs. So you can use this, and this is just going to show that it's working and what kind of data you're getting back. But all of that is in the documentation also. So here you're getting 4 users that are already seated in there, and I'll go over how to make updates to that and how to change that or how to add more users. And here you're able to get all their posts. So all these posts are also just seated in there. I made some fake posts showing New York stuff. And I want to make a tutorial video on how to, make a simple React app that can get all of these posts. And this would just be something quick for, if you need something to practice on. All the other endpoints are a little bit more, you got to do a little bit more extra stuff for them. You got to send in tokens to be able to get them. So this is going to get you the logged in user. So one way to test that out is to log in. So I'm going to log in as James. And the password is password. All right, now it's telling me to welcome. It's telling me welcome. I want to copy this token. And then all of my protected endpoints can use this token. So I would put it in my headers. And then if you're working with like a React app and you're using this is the kind of information you need to send. So let's say when you logged in as James, you want to save this token in your local storage. That's just going to make it a lot simpler for later on in the project. Be able to send this token back to the backend, and the backend could give you the information that is, protected. So we're going to get the information for the logged in user, and that's James. So here we're sending back the token. We're not sending anything. It's just a GET request. And bam, it's telling me James is logged in. It's telling me how many posts or like what posts I have. So far, James just has the one post. If I want to edit my user information, I would also have to use the token. So again, I'm gonna replace this token with the new token that I got for James. I'm gonna change my email to fix my life API. And now I'm gonna send that in there. And bam, your email has been updated. This is just the way you can easily update your username, your email, your avatar. The ID won't be able to update, and these other are just timestamps for when they were created or when they were updated. And then you're also able to delete the user. So you would have to use the API also. I won't delete this user. I can make a new user. So I'll show you registering the user. So we're going to register a new user, and we're going to name him user 1. So user 1, password, email is user at example. So I just created a new user, and when I'm logged in, I do get the password. I'll probably make an update to this, so I wouldn't be able to get the password. And then now I'm going to just sign in as a user. Oh, user 1, sorry. All right, so user doesn't exist, but user 1 is the account that I made. So bam, there you get your token. You got your little welcome message that you could use for your front end to display whenever somebody logs in. And then yeah, this token, you're just gonna save it into your local storage. So now I'm gonna delete this user, and you wanna use their token. Once that goes through, bam, user was successfully deleted. So now you can get all the users, and you'll see that user 1 doesn't exist anymore. I should have probably showed you that before. But yeah, so these are the 4 users that are in there so far. You could get all the posts. So far it's just 3 posts, but you could change the seeded data to have more. You get post by ID. So this will give me the first post. All right. We can add posts. So this is gonna add it by logged in user. So you also wanna add in your token in here. Oh, but this one doesn't exist anymore, so I need to log in as James again. All right, just logged in as James, and I'm gonna make that post. So I think I already have this post, but let's find something else that we can use. So I used Unsplash to kind of get all these pictures that I'm using here. So let's add one for Chicago. We'll go in there, we'll copy that image address, and then we'll do a little fun fact of Chicago. So all right. So now you want to just in the image, you're going to send the image URL that you're using. So that's going to be the image for Chicago. And then here I'll just have this small description of Chicago. All right, and right now we're logged in as James. We could get all the posts real quick so you can see the change. There's nothing in there yet, so James is going to be the 4th post. So let's do that. And bam, successfully added. Sorry about that. And now we can get all the posts again. And you can see James' new post, which is added in there. You're also able to delete posts. You're also able to edit posts. So here, you also need to have the authentication token. So we'll go back to the login. We'll copy that. This is why you store it in your local storage, just so you can have it accessible throughout the app. You want to paste that in there. And since my post is the number 4, that's the one I could change. So this is going to be so we're editing the description to just say a new edit. And you get that in return. And then if we get the posts again, and you can see that the post is now a new edit. And then, yeah, you're also able to delete by ID. And for that, you also need a token. So we're going to delete post 4. And post 4 has successfully been deleted. So now I'm going to just show you some of the stuff. This is just showing you that it works and how to use it. So this is the kind of information you would send to the backend. The backend you would just have to use, to the front end. From the front end, you would just send this to the backend. So when you do deploy this website, it's going to be whatever you name it, plus the company you're hosting it with. And then after that, it's just going to be API/post. So it's always going to, I have this set up so it just starts with API for everything. And then depending if you're on users or posts, that's what it's going to do. So yeah, once you got that set up and deployed, now we'll just go through a small, quick tutorial on making some quick changes. So I'll go through just updating it just so it's yours. Let's open my folder. All right, and we're in here now. So let me just look to my quick documentation because I do forget some stuff. Okay, the first thing you want to do is go to your package JSON. And here you want to name your API. So new name for my API. And yeah, no spaces. Yeah, so I did add like the ability to use Firebase in here. So I kind of made that update today. So it's version 101 or 101. Here you can write a description of your API. So this you're going to change also. And then here you want to add your repository for where the API is located. And then, yeah, you could change the author to, your name and your email. That's pretty much it. Then it's all ready to use. If you do want to change the seeded data just to fit your project's needs, like to fit whatever you're doing, the first thing you want to do is you want to go into seeds. You can add as many users as you want. Their usernames do have to be unique, so you could and their usernames and emails do have to be unique. So what we can do is we can copy one user. And we're gonna make a whole bunch of them. All right, so now we have a whole bunch of Richard. Richard 2. These are just gonna be random emails. That way I can show you that it's all getting updated. So here you would be just adding like any fake user, or you could use like other third-party services to kind of give you fake users. And then here, and then I put all these icons for the users, but you could change that. For the posts, sorry about that. I guess Zoom recording is lagging my computer a little. So here you can add as many posts. They don't have to be unique, so you can honestly just copy and paste all of this, and you're gonna get all of that back. Sorry about that. All right, organize this. So yeah, you can come right in here. You can add all the images that you want. You can add your own descriptions. They don't need to have descriptions. This is an option. And then yeah, just the user that it belongs to would add here. So for SQLite, which is what we're using right now, for the tables, you're able to put IDs in them and it won't give you any problems. But when you're going into production and using Postgres, Postgres doesn't really allow you to make your own IDs. So I just kept it out without the IDs. just for if you want to like quickly make this and upload it, and and oh yeah, I'll be making a video on how to get this up and running, probably with Heroku. So yeah, it's just gonna count them in order. And then let's make sure we don't have anybody else with the same name or email. Because then we're gonna, after this, we have to update the tables. Okay, I think we should be good to go. All right. So if you're still using the same terminal, but you're also free to use, the Visual Studio's Code terminal, which I'll probably do that right now. So I gotta close this anyways. So I'm gonna open this terminal in my Visual Studio Code just to a little bit more comfort. But yeah, you can use the other terminal if you want. So the first thing I want to do is, now that I have updated all this seeded data, I want to do a rollback on the migrations, just, and a rollback is basically just gonna like kind of go back to before you did the migration. So it's gonna like empty out the table, kind of. So what you want to do is npx next migrate rollback. Yeah, and what this does is kind of just resets your migrations, or it cleans out your table. And then after I'm done with that, I'm gonna migrate latest. Right, npx next migrate. And what this does is, so this is what you would do if you change the users table also. Like if you change any of the tables, maybe you want your users to have to add more information, or maybe you want to make more tables for the post. You would come in here, you could do a little bit of research on how to use next schema and creating tables. But basically what this is, so this is how it connects to your user's ID, and it connects to their table. And then, I guess a description is not nullable here anyways. So you do need a description and a photo if you're using this off the bat. But it's up to you if you want to show it in your front end, or if you want to pass in the image as your description also, just so you don't have to put anything. But yeah. So now I want to run my seeds. So npx next seed run. And what this is going to do, it's going to fill in all your tables with all this information that you added in there. And if there's no like replicates, that's what I was going to say. So it looks like some stuff we're repeating. So I guess I have to go back in there and change up the names and stuff. Where am I? Okay, here it is. Here's one. I think, yeah. Richard 2, Richard 2. So you can't, I made it so you can't have users with the same name, and you can't have users with the same email. And that's just gonna help with not getting the database confused, or when you're like looking for users or using users or searching by username. This is gonna make it a lot simpler. And then also you don't have to worry about people signing in with the same email and making multiple accounts. So I'm gonna just keep adding, like, as long as these are different, it'll be all good. So we'll go in there, we'll add some stuff just to make it different. And yeah, I think that's good. All right, let's try that one more time. So we're gonna try the seed run again, and as long as the data is different, it's not gonna show me anything bad. Let's see. All right, guess my computer's lagging a little bit. Let's give it a few more seconds. npx seed run. All right, and that looked like it worked. So yeah, like I said, the usernames have to be different. The emails have to be different. Everything else could be all the same. And I have it set up where if you don't send avatar, like if you don't send the image for the avatar, it kind of produces one for you. So we'll give them like a empty person. So now I'm gonna run this again, and then we're gonna check it. So yarn server, and this is how you start it. You can use yarn start, but it's gonna use node and go back here to the packages. So yarn start. Oh, I guess there's something wrong here. Oh, I'm already running it somewhere. Didn't I close? All right, it says it's already in use, but I thought I exited out. Let's switch that up then. Go to API. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna change the port because it looks like the other one didn't clean out good. My computer's lagging a little bit. So yeah, if you want to change the port, you'll go in index and just swap out the port for whatever it is. All right, just give it a few more seconds. And once it starts, we'll just run that data again. With port 500, it's already in use. I mean 5,000. All right, how is that possible? Okay, not sure what's going on here, but the data is changed. I don't think it's this though. Oh, no, it's working. All right, so now it's back up. Sorry about that, guys, or everybody. Yeah, so now we're just gonna check if our information was actually seeded in there. This is the old information. And yep, we got all these users added in there. So all these Richards with the weird names, those are all added in here. And then we added a whole bunch of new posts. These are the old ones. Let's check the new ones. So yeah, this is all the data that you're seeded in there. And we just seeded all of this. So the best way to do this is if you want to connect it to like users, just got to remember that when it makes the user, it gives them the ID in order. So James is 1, Jessica's 2, Bert is 3, and then this weird Richard is 4. So just remember that when you're adding your own posts, you want to update the user ID to fit, the order of all these users. Or you could give these IDs while you're using SQLite, but when you try to put this into production and you're using Postgres, it's not going to work for you. So yeah, just want to thank you guys for watching. I will be making a few more other videos and a few other boilerplates, and I really hope this helps someone. And if it does, you can leave a comment, or you can, I think you can like send me an email or something, send me a box of cookies. I don't know. Thanks. Have a good one. Sorry.